Welcome to the NorCal SportsPass.
SportsPass!
A weekly review of NorCal's best high school sports action. Powered by a team of professional sportscasters taking their experience covering pro and college sports to the high school ranks. The NorCal SportsPass.
SportsPass!
With Dave Lewis.
How's it going? Hope you had a great holiday. We have a lot on our plate, so we'll get right to it. Frank Garrity and Doug Doyle will be along in just a few moments. Football recruiting news. Shamar Garrett of De La Salle made his unofficial visit to Washington State to check out Martin Stadium in the Palouse. Garrett thanked the entire coaching staff for the time. As a junior, Garrett ran for over 1,000 yards, also completing 2 of the 3 passes he threw, both for touchdowns. There's some unfinished business for Justin Allenbaugh Spartans, who took a 12-0 record into the state title game before falling to Mater Dei. Looking ahead, De La Salle will start the season on August 30th on the road against Central Catholic of Modesto. With the NFL Draft coming up, former Granite-based star Cameron Smith is looking to have his name called on day 1. The 6'2 linebacker from USC is ranked 4th at his position at the NFL Scouting Combine and visited NFL teams after USC's Pro Day. Smith was a 4-year starter for the Trojans and a 2-time team captain. Former Folsom quarterback Jake Browning has worked hard on improving his arm strength. That's the only question mark following a decorated career at the University of Washington. In college, he threw for over 12,000 yards and 94 touchdowns after setting a national record at Folsom with 229 touchdown passes and almost 17,000 yards throwing. Notre Dame quarterback Ian Book is getting himself on the NFL radar, prepping himself for his senior season. In the Irish's blue-gold game, Book threw for 220 yards and a touchdown. The pride of Oak Ridge threw for over 2,600 yards and 19 scores, with the Irish reaching the college football playoff before Clemson ended the perfect season on the way to a national title. Current Oak Ridge player Nicholas Scalise tweeted his gratitude for the trip to Oregon to watch the Ducks spring game. Las Lomas junior running back and outside linebacker Isaiah Newell is fired up about his offer from the University of Arizona. Castro Valley two-way lineman Marcus Miller announced on Twitter he has an offer from the University of Nevada. The junior listed at 6'4", 280 pounds. And in the other football, some call it the only football, former Davis High soccer standout Ava McCray has signed her national letter of intent to play at Arizona after being on the all-Big West freshman team at Cal Poly. Let me catch my breath for just a moment and pass the baton to Frank Garrity.
It's going to be a tremendously exciting night coming up on April 27th at the Placer Athletic Hall of Fame ceremony. Those being inducted in the class of 2019 are former athletes Terry Banderas, Ron Childs, Larry Pruitt, Jerry Lopes, Effa Lardner, and Chris Walgren, as well as Coach Frank Benito and the 1977 football team and Dr. Bill Kirby. Now, in addition, on hand that night will be San Joaquin Section Commissioner Mike Garrison. He'll present the school with the 2017-18 All-Championship Commissioner's Trophy. During that school year, Placer won more titles than any of the other 179 high schools in the section. Placer had 17 PVL champs, 9 section champs, 1 section second-place finish, and 1 state runner-up. A tremendous year being justly rewarded. Congratulations to the Hillmen. At the recent Oakland Raiders Pro Day, a couple of former area high school standouts with NFL dreams took part. Jamon Dotson and Chris Cisse. Dotson, who was a cornerback, played last season as a graduate transfer at the University of Nevada. He left Washington following his junior season. Cisse, also a cornerback who had his last season also as a graduate transfer at Portland State back in 2017. Before that, he was at Oregon. He is coming off knee surgery. They were, of course, both teammates at American Canyon. Cisse graduating in 2013. Dotson, a year later, he was the Player of the Year on the Napa Valley Register's 2013 All-Napa County team. He's eligible for the draft later this month. Cisse looking to sign as a free agent. And with that NFL draft on the horizon, there are a number of former area athletes who are very likely to get their name called. Most likely the first one to go will be all-world lineman Jonah Williams from Alabama, who played at Folsom, winning a state title in 2014. Many draft experts feel that Jonah could be a top 5 pick. He started for the Tide as a true freshman and just got better every single year. Congratulations to the Wood Creek swim teams. Both the boys and girls showed themselves well in the Capital Valley Conference Finals. The girls winning it all with 532 points. Bella Vista was second. Senior Diana Niagu with a pair of wins in the 100 butterfly and 500 free. The boys were the runners-up. Julius Wilhelmi, Luke Schulzkamp, Jacob Hensley, and Ethan Chen, all with individual race victories. Meanwhile, in the Pioneer Valley League, it was all about the host school Bear River, who swept both the boys and girls competition. Dylan Sinclair with a couple of Bruins Titans wins in the 50 and 100 free. The Lady Bruins getting 2 wins each from Sophie Gill and McKenna Hensley. In the first ever Foothill Valley League Championships, the Ponderosa boys and girls both beat out Oakmont, who came in second. Congratulations to all of the great swimmers in the area for another fantastic season. And how about the week that sophomore Emma Sloan of Gunn had in a 4-game stretch? She was 13 for 15 at the plate, driving in 18 runs in the process. She also picked up 2 wins in the circle as a pitcher. Over the first 13 games, 11 of them Titans wins. Emma is batting a cool .617. Her teammate Tori Mock is over 500, and freshman Kylie Liu is near the 500 mark. Plenty of offensive firepower for Gunn so far. Menlo Atherton lineman Kiula Tiu is committed to playing football at Luther College. Heading to San Jose State, Salinas defensive tackle Joshua Gomez. Also committing to San Jose State, Stellar Prep's Elijah Lawson. And Branham lineman Frank Poso is offered by New Mexico. For Sports Pass, I'm Frank Garrity.
Sports Pass.
Thanks a lot, Frank. Former Whitney softball star Michaela Harris is having success at the next level. Named the CCAA Player of the Week for Humboldt State. Harris at .462 and knocked in 4 as Humboldt extended his winning streak to 8 after a weekend sweep of Cal State San Marcos. The sophomore catcher made Rockland proud, going 6 for 13 at the plate with 3 walks and a pair of steals. San Benito's Matt Campo made his commitment to continue his education and baseball career at Cal Lutheran. Acalanes Junior lefty Logan Hurd made his commitment to Loyola Marymount University. Pleasant Valley's Griffith Fenn made his commitment to the University of Nevada. It was a great experience for the Oak Ridge baseball team at the Boris Invitational, going 3-1 with wins over Casa Grande, Davis, and Heritage. The one loss was to St. Mary's. And now let's take a look back at another outstanding performance with Doug Doyle.
Game of the week. Game of the week. The NorCal Sports Pass.
Game of the week. Girls softball. This week's game is more about a dominant young athlete than the game itself. San Mateo sophomore pitcher Sage Hager has already had an outstanding season on the mound, and Friday night's game against Burlingame was another example of why number 2 has an earned run average of less than 1. Hager threw a complete game shutout, leading the Bearcats to a 7-0 victory. It was Hager's 6th win of the season. She struck out 3 and allowed only 5 hits and 1 walk. The Bearcats were ready at the plate. They opened up the scoring in the first inning when Jordan Seifrey drove in 2 on a home run to center field. The offensive frenzy continued in the 5th, tallying 4 runs. Kylie Galea ended up knocking in 3 in the game. She had a key double in that inning, and Monet Schiller had an RBI single. Scheller was 2 for 4 in the win. Senior Jada Walker went 2 for 3 with a run scored. The Bearcats obviously seeing the ball well at the plate, racking up 10 hits in the game. San Mateo will now look to improve its 8-4 overall record when the Bearcats visit Aragon tomorrow. For Sports Pass, I'm Doug Doyle.
Game of the week. Game of the week.
Making a difference off the field, members of the Oak Ridge girls lacrosse team, Nicole Masich, Jaden Lang, and Morgan Delwish, spent their spring break building houses in Mexico. Nicely done. Baseball, with former Elk Grove star Dom Nunez becoming the first Albuquerque Isotope player to hit 3 homers in a game since 2010. The team tied a franchise record for runs in a 23-2 rout of Tacoma. The Sheldon softball team bottled up Rodriguez 5-1 over the weekend, as Kennedy Brown dominated in the circle with a complete game and 14 strikeouts. Kiwi Pierce knocked in 2. Jazzy Fines was 2 for 3 with a double, and A.J. Vasquez was 2 for 3 with an RBI and a run scored. More from Sheldon. At the Sacramento Meet of Champions, Dylan Junil took first in the open division of the 100-meter dash with a time of 10.81 seconds, and Justin Williams took third, running 10.89. Dylan and Justin team with Daquan Foster and Tyrell Smith to take second in the invitational division of the 4x100 relay. Monterey Trail was the winner of the 4x100 with a time of 41.76 seconds. Andre Crump set a PR on the 100 with a time of 10.96 seconds. Columba Effiang of Christian Brothers, the only girl in the section under 12 seconds in the 100, breaking the tape with a PR of 11.98 seconds. And props to sophomore Raina Johnson from St. Francis. She broke the school record in the 100-meter hurdles for the 4th time this season. And that's a wrap. That will do it for another edition of the exponentially growing NorCal Sports Pass. For Doug Doyle, Frank Garrity, and our executive producer, John Franklin, I'm Dave Lewis. Thank you so much for listening. We can't do it without you. And we'll talk to you next time.